Alex stared at the empty chair across from him at the kitchen table. The familiar space felt different now, echoing with memories of laughter and late-night conversations. His roommate, Lyra, had moved back to her home planet of Zephyra just a week ago, leaving behind a silence that made the apartment feel vast and lonely. It was during the last days of Lyra's stay that Alex had felt the distance creeping in. They had grown close over the past year, sharing everything from pizza to secrets. Lyra was an alien, sure, with her shimmering blue skin and bright eyes that sparkled like stars, but she was also his friend. Her jokes, her laughter, and her unique perspective on life had added color to his world. Now, with her gone, everything felt dull and gray. Mating season was a big deal on her planet, where creatures would seek out partners to ensure the survival of their species. Lyra had explained it to him, her voice animated as she described the vibrant celebrations and rituals. But now, even those lively memories felt like a distant dream. Alex missed her. He sighed, glancing at his phone. He had tried calling her a few times, but the connection was always spotty, and she was busy adjusting to life back home. He wanted to reach out, to tell her how much he missed her, but words felt heavy in his mind. What if she was too busy to care? What if she had moved on? These thoughts twisted in his stomach, making him feel even more distant. One evening, as he sat alone in the living room, Alex decided he needed to do something. He grabbed a piece of paper and a pen, determined to write Lyra a letter. It would be an old-fashioned way to communicate, but maybe that would make it special. He wanted her to know she was missed and that their friendship mattered. Dear Lyra, he began, the pen gliding across the paper. I hope you're doing well. Things have been pretty quiet here without you. I miss our late-night talks and your crazy stories about Zephyra. I never thought I could feel so lonely in our apartment. He paused, recalling the warmth of her laughter and the way her eyes sparkled when she talked about her home. He continued to write, pouring out his feelings. He told her about the little things, the way the light streamed through the window in the morning, the new pizza place that opened down the street, and how he found her favorite book still lying on her bed, untouched. As he wrote, he felt a glimmer of hope. He remembered how they had faced challenges together, how they had laughed through the tough times. Maybe reaching out like this would bridge the distance between them. Maybe it would remind her of their bond. After finishing the letter, Alex folded it neatly and placed it in an envelope. He decided to send it by mail, hoping it would arrive quickly. As he walked to the mailbox, he felt a sense of purpose. He was taking a step to reconnect, to close the gap that had formed since Lyra left. Days turned into a week, and just as he was starting to feel disheartened, a letter arrived in his mailbox. His heart raced as he recognized Lyra's handwriting. He hurried inside, eager to read her words. Dear Alex, it began. I'm so happy to hear from you. Things here are overwhelming but exciting. Mating season is in full swing, and it's like a colorful festival. I miss you too. The apartment feels empty without our silly arguments over who gets the last slice of pizza. Alex smiled, feeling a warmth spread through him. Lyra continued to share her experiences and the traditions of her people. She talked about the beauty of Zephyra, the vibrant colors, and the joy of community. But she also expressed how she missed their friendship and the unique connection they had. I thought about you all the time, she wrote. I know we're far apart, but I want you to know that you're still my best friend, no matter the distance. Her words lifted his spirits. Alex felt that familiar spark of hope rekindle in his heart. He realized that their bond was strong enough to withstand the miles between them. Inspired, he decided to write back immediately. As he wrote, he felt lighter. He shared his thoughts on her letter, asking about the mating season celebrations and how they worked. He wanted to learn more about her world, to understand what she was experiencing. He felt that learning about her life would bring them closer, despite the distance. Over the next few weeks, they exchanged letters regularly. Lyra would describe the excitement of Zephyr's mating season, the vibrant colors, the music, and the joy of her people coming together. Alex shared his life too, from mundane college classes to funny encounters with friends. Each letter felt like a lifeline, pulling them back together. One day, as he sat at the kitchen table, writing another letter, Alex had an idea. He could visit Lyra. He could save up for a ticket to Zephyr and experience her world firsthand. The thought thrilled him, filling him with a sense of purpose. He would see her again, learn about her culture, and strengthen their friendship. With renewed determination, he started planning his trip. He researched travel options and began saving money. Each day felt like a step closer to reuniting with Lyra. He imagined the moment they would see each other again, the joy, the laughter, the warmth. As spring blossomed and the days grew longer, Alex felt a sense of hope blooming within him. Even though they were apart, their friendship had grown, stronger through their words. They were still connected, and soon he would be ready to bridge the distance between their worlds. And so, amidst all the uncertainty, Alex found comfort in the thought that their friendship was resilient. He was ready to embrace the adventure ahead, knowing that love and friendship could conquer any distance, even across the stars. As the days counted down to his trip, he looked forward to the day he would step onto Zephyr, eager to see Lyra and experience her world. He smiled, thinking about how this journey would change everything for both of them, proving that distance could never truly separate those who cared for each other. As the days turned to weeks, Alex found himself lost in thoughts of Lyra and her vibrant world on Zephyr. He had been saving every penny he could to visit her, eagerly planning the trip that would bridge the distance between them. But even as he made these plans, he couldn't shake the sadness of her absence. The silence in their shared apartment felt heavy, and he often found himself staring at the wall, wishing he could just talk to her again. One evening, as he sat on the couch, a sudden storm rolled in, darkening the sky and shaking the windows. Thunder rumbled, making the apartment feel even cozier, but Alex couldn't shake the feeling of loneliness. He picked up his phone and stared at Lyra's last letter, rereading her words. She had described Zephyr's mating season in such colorful detail, sharing stories of friends celebrating together. He wished he could be there with her, sharing in the joy instead of sitting alone in the dark. As the storm intensified, Alex decided to distract himself by cleaning up the apartment. He started in the living room, picking up stray clothes and dishes. He moved into the kitchen, wiping down the counters and reminiscing about the meals they had cooked together. In the back of his mind, he could almost hear her laughter, teasing him about his cooking skills. Suddenly, he heard a loud crack of thunder that seemed to shake the entire building. The lights flickered and then went out, plunging the apartment into darkness. Alex's heart raced. "Great," he muttered to himself, fumbling for his phone to use as a flashlight. With his phone's dim light illuminating the room, he quickly made his way to the window. Rain poured down, and the wind howled outside. He sighed, feeling trapped not just by the storm, but by the loneliness that had settled over him since Lyra left. He missed her companionship more than he realized. As he stood there, contemplating his feelings, he heard a strange noise. It was coming from the door, a soft scratching sound. Curious, he walked over and opened it slightly, peeking out into the hallway. The storm had knocked out the power, and the hall was shrouded in darkness. He heard the scratching again and opened the door wider. To his surprise, it was the maintenance worker, trying to fix the elevator that had gone out. "Sorry, man. The elevator's stuck. I'm working on it, but it might take some time," he shouted over the wind. "Thanks for the update," Alex replied, closing the door. he felt a pang of disappointment. He was stuck in the apartment with no way to leave, and the storm showed no sign of letting up. Feeling restless, he returned to the living room and picked up Lyra's latest letter. He started to read it again, her words bringing a smile to his face. She talked about the beautiful colors of the flowers that bloomed during mating season, and how the Zephyrians danced in the streets. Suddenly, the lights flickered back on, but then went out again, plunging him into darkness once more. Frustrated, Alex decided to light a candle. He rummaged through a kitchen drawer until he found a half-burned candle. As he set it on the table and lit it, a warm glow filled the room. Feeling a little better, Alex sat down and began to write. Another letter to Lyra. He poured out his thoughts, sharing how much he missed her and how lonely it was without her. He wrote about the storm and how it reminded him of her wild stories about Sapphira's storms, which were filled with colors and sounds he could hardly imagine. Just as he was finishing his letter, he heard a loud crash outside. The windows rattled, and the candle flickered dangerously. Alex jumped to his feet, heart racing. What was happening? He rushed to the window and peered outside again, but all he could see was rained out suddenly. There was another loud noise, followed by silence. Power went out again. The storm had passed, leaving behind a fresh, bright morning. Sunlight streamed through the window, filling the apartment with warmth. Alex stretched and smiled, feeling a sense of renewal. He had spent the night writing about Lyra and her world, and the act of putting his thoughts on paper had brought him comfort. Now he was ready to take the next step in reconnecting with her. After breakfast, he decided to visit the local library to research more about Zephyra. He wanted to learn everything he could about Lyra's home, hoping that understanding her culture would strengthen their bond. He grabbed his jacket and headed out, excitement bubbling inside him. At the library, Alex found a quiet corner filled with books on alien species and cultures. He started with a book about Zephyr, flipping through colorful pages filled with illustrations of its landscapes, creatures, and traditions. The more he read, the more fascinated he became. He learned about the beautiful flowers that bloomed during mating season, each one vibrant and unique, just like Lyra. As he read, Alex couldn't help but think about the stories Lyra had shared with him. The way she described her home made him feel like he was there with her. He imagined the soft sounds of music drifting through the air, the laughter of her friends, and the bright colors that painted the sky during celebrations. He realized that, while he missed her deeply, he could connect with her through her stories and culture. After hours of reading, Alex felt inspired. He decided to write Lyra another letter, this time filled with all the things he had learned. He wanted her to know that he was making an effort to understand her world, and he hoped it would show her how much he cared. That evening, he sat down at the kitchen table with his notebook. He began to write, "Dear Lyra, I spent the day learning about Zephyr, and I can't tell you how amazing it is. The flowers you described sound beautiful, and I wish I could see them in person. I learned that they bloom during mating season, just like you said. I imagine the colors must be breathtaking. I want you to know that I'm thinking of you and your home. I want to understand everything about your culture. It makes me feel closer to you, even though you are far away. I hope we can share more stories when we see each other again. Missing you and looking forward to our adventure together. Alex." He felt a sense of accomplishment as he sealed the letter. It wasn't just about missing Lyra. It was about connecting with her in a meaningful way. He couldn't wait to send it off and hear back from her. The next few days passed with Alex eagerly checking the mailbox, hoping for a response. Each time he opened it and found nothing, a little disappointment crept in. But he reminded himself that good things take time, and he was doing everything he could to keep their friendship alive. Then, one sunny afternoon, as he returned from class, he spotted a letter waiting for him in the mailbox. His heart raced as he recognized Lyra's handwriting. He hurried inside, barely able to contain his excitement. Sitting down at the kitchen table, he opened the envelope with trembling hands. "Dear Alex," the letter began, "your words made me so happy. I'm thrilled to hear you're learning about Zephyra. It means a lot to me that you want to understand my world. The flowers are indeed beautiful, and they come in all colors. When you come to visit, I'll take you to see them. I can't wait to show you everything." As he read, Alex felt a warm glow in his chest. Lyra continued to share more about her life on Zephyra, describing the traditions that her people held dear during mating season. She wrote about the importance of community and how everyone came together to celebrate love and connection. "I miss you too, Alex," she wrote. "I think about you every day. Even though we are far apart, our friendship is strong. I feel lucky to have you in my life." Her words filled him with hope. He realized that they were both committed to keeping their bond alive, no matter the distance. Inspired by her letter, he decided to take their friendship a step further. That weekend, Alex began planning a video call with Lyra. He wanted to see her face and talk to her live, just like they used to. After some troubleshooting with technology, he finally set a date and time for their call. He could hardly contain his excitement. When the day arrived, Alex prepared in front of the mirror, making sure he looked presentable. He wanted to make a good impression. As the time for the call approached, he felt a mix of nervousness and anticipation. Would Lyra be happy to see him? Finally, the moment arrived. He clicked the button to start the call, and the screen flickered to life. For a moment, he held his breath. Then, Lyra's face appeared, bright and cheerful. Her blue skin glowed softly in the light, and her smile instantly made him feel at ease. "Alex!" she exclaimed, her eyes sparkling. "It's so good to see." "You! It's great to see you too, Lyra," he replied, a huge smile spreading across his face. "I've been learning about Zephyra, just like you said." They spent the next hour talking, laughing, and sharing stories. Lyra showed him her favorite things, a small statue from her home, a picture of her friends, and even a video of one of the mating season celebrations. The colors and music were unlike anything Alex had ever seen, and he felt a rush of excitement to experience it all in person. As the call went on, Alex felt the distance between them shrink. He realized that even though they were separated by vast space, their connection was stronger than ever. They talked about their hopes for the future, their dreams, and the adventures they wanted to have together. Lyra's laughter was like music to his ears, and he felt a deep sense of joy. When the call finally ended, Alex sat in his chair, feeling a sense of fulfillment. He had taken a step towards reconnecting with Lyra, and it had been a beautiful experience. He knew that their friendship would only grow stronger from here. With renewed determination, he continued to plan his trip to Zephyra. He felt excited about the adventures that awaited them. He would explore her world, meet her friends, and experience the vibrant culture she had described so passionately. As he drifted off to sleep that night, Alex felt hopeful. He had faced his loneliness and taken action to reconnect with someone who mattered deeply to him. And in doing so, he realized that distance could not diminish the power of friendship and love. No matter where they were in the universe, their hearts would always be connected. The weeks flew by, and the excitement of planning his trip to Zephyra filled Alex's days. He spent hours researching everything about the planet. He learned about its unique landscapes, the different species that lived there, and the customs that celebrated love. Each new piece of information made him feel closer to Lyra, and he couldn't wait to experience her world firsthand. One afternoon, while sitting on his couch with a stack of books about Zephyra, Alex received a message from Lyra. She had sent him a video showcasing the colors of the flowers that bloomed during mating season. The petals shimmered in the sunlight, creating a breathtaking display. Watching the video brought tears of joy to his eyes, and he felt a strong desire to be with her in that moment. After watching the video, Alex felt inspired. He wanted to do something special for Lyra. He decided to create a small gift for her. Scrapbook filled with his thoughts, pictures, and memories of their time together. He gathered photos from their adventures, including the day they had gone hiking and the time they tried cooking together with hilarious results. As he worked on the scrapbook, he found himself reflecting on their friendship. Lyra had been more than just a roommate. She had become a true friend. She had introduced him to new ideas, different cultures, and a way of looking at the universe that was bright and optimistic. He realized how much he appreciated her influence in his life. Once the scrapbook was complete, Alex felt a sense of pride. It was a collection of their shared moments, a testament to their friendship that transcended distance. He included a heartfelt letter at the end, expressing how much Lyra meant to him and how excited he was to visit her. The day finally arrived for him to send the scrapbook. He wrapped it carefully and took it to the post office, imagining Lyra's reaction when she received it. Would she be surprised? Would she laugh as she flipped through the pages? The thought made him smile as he walked back home. Alex felt a sense of hope and purpose. He was actively working to keep their friendship alive, and that made all the difference. He knew that even though they were separated by light years, they could still share their lives in meaningful ways. A few days later, Alex was sitting at his desk, going through his notes for his upcoming trip, when he heard a notification on his phone. It was a video call from Lyra. His heart raced as he clicked to accept, eager to see her face. The screen flickered, and Lyra's cheerful face appeared. "Alex, I got your scrapbook." "It was amazing. Thank you so much." Her eyes sparkled with joy, and Alex felt a warm rush of happiness. "I'm so glad you liked it," he replied, grinning. "It was fun to make. I wanted to remind you of all the good times we had together." "Every page made me smile," Lyra said, her voice filled with excitement. "You captured our adventures perfectly. I can't wait for you to come here. I'll show you everything." As they talked, Alex felt a connection grow between them, stronger than ever. They shared stories about their lives, their dreams for the future, and the things they missed about each other. Lyra told him about her preparations for the mating season celebrations, describing the music, the dances, and the joy that. As the days on Zephyra unfolded, Alex felt like a character in a dream. The colors were brighter, the air was sweet, and every moment with Lyra was filled with laughter and exploration. They visited fields of flowers that glimmered like jewels in the sunlight, and Alex found himself captivated by the beauty of Lyra's home. One bright morning, Lyra took Alex to the great meadow, a vast expanse covered in vibrant flowers of every color imaginable. "This is where we celebrate mating season," she explained, her eyes shining. "Everyone comes here to dance, sing, and share stories. It's a time of joy and connection." Alex looked around in awe, feeling the energy of the place. "It's incredible. I can't wait to see the celebrations." However, as the day approached for the main event of the mating season, Alex noticed Lyra becoming more anxious. She was still vibrant and cheerful, but there was an underlying tension in her demeanor. He wanted to help her, but he wasn't sure. How that evening they sat together under a canopy of stars. The sky was filled with twinkling lights, and the air hummed with excitement. "Lyra, is everything okay?" Alex asked gently. "You seem a bit worried." Lyra sighed, her expression serious. "I've been thinking about the celebrations and how important they are to my people. I want to make sure everything goes perfectly, but I also worry about how you'll fit in. I want you to feel included." Alex felt a pang of empathy. He understood how much this meant to her. "I appreciate that, Lyra. I want to be a part of it, too. I may not know everything about your customs, but I'm here to learn and support you." She smiled at his words, but he could still see the worry in her eyes. "Thank you, Alex. It means a lot to me. I just hope everyone will accept you." The next day, the preparations for the celebration began. Lyra invited Alex to help her decorate the great meadow. They strung colorful ribbons through the trees and arranged flowers in intricate patterns. As they worked side by side, Alex felt a growing sense of camaraderie with Lyra. He wanted to show her that he was not just a visitor, but a friend who cared deeply for her and her culture. As the sun began to set, the meadow transformed into a magical place. Lights twinkled like stars woven into the grass, and the air was filled with the sweet scent of blossoms. But just as excitement bubbled, a sudden problem arose. A fierce wind swept through the meadow, scattering flowers and decorations. Everywhere. "Oh no!" Lyra exclaimed, rushing to gather the flying ribbons. Alex jumped into action, helping her chase after the decorations. They laughed as they ran, trying to catch the fluttering ribbons, but the wind was relentless. "Lyra, we can't let this ruin the celebration," Alex shouted over the howling wind. "Let's work together to fix it." With renewed determination, they gathered what they could, laughing and encouraging each other through the chaos. "We can do this," Alex said, feeling the adrenaline rush through him. "Just like we planned the scrapbook, we can make this work." Together, they quickly reorganized the decorations, securing them against the wind. Alex felt a sense of unity with Lyra as they tackled the challenge side by side. The frantic energy of the moment transformed into a shared adventure. After what felt like hours, they finally managed to restore the meadow to its former glory. The last ribbon was tied securely, and Lyra turned to Alex, her face beaming with gratitude. "We did it. Thank you for helping me." "I couldn't have done it without you," Alex replied, feeling proud of their teamwork. "We make a great team." As they stepped back to admire their work, the first guests began to arrive, filling the meadow with laughter and joy. The celebration was alive with music, and the air buzzed with excitement. Alex watched as Lyra joined her friends, her worries forgotten in the joy of the moment. He felt a swell of happiness in his chest, knowing he had played a part in making this happen. As the night unfolded, Alex immersed himself in the festivities. He danced with Lyra and her friends, learning the unique steps of their dances. He laughed as they taught him their songs, even when he stumbled over the words. Lyra's joy was contagious, and he felt like he belonged. But amid the celebration, Alex noticed some of the other Zephyrians glancing at him with uncertainty. He could sense their curiosity and hesitation. It made him nervous, but he remembered Lyra's words about wanting him to feel included. Gathering his courage, Alex approached a group of Lyra's friends. "Hi, I'm Alex. I'm really excited to be here and celebrate with you all." He sighed, forcing a smile. One of the Zephyrians stepped forward, her bright eyes studying him. "Lyra talks about you often. She says you are a good friend." Feeling a wave of relief, Alex relaxed. "I'm just trying to learn more about your culture. It's beautiful here, and I'm grateful to be part of this." Slowly, the tension lifted, and the group began to welcome him. They shared stories and laughter, and Alex felt his heart swell with happiness. He realized that Lyra's friends were not just accepting him. They were embracing him as part of their community. Later in the evening, Lyra found Alex amidst the crowd. "You did amazing. I saw how you connected with everyone," she said, her eyes shining with pride. "I just wanted to fit in and support you. This is your celebration, and I'm honored to be here," he replied, feeling grateful for her encouragement. As the night wore on, the atmosphere transformed to one of unity and joy. The Zephyrians danced together, their movements fluid and alive, and Alex joined in, feeling the rhythm of the music. Lyra danced beside him, and in that moment, everything felt perfect. As they twirled under the stars, Alex realized how far they had come. From feeling distant and unsure to finding a deep connection with Lyra and her world, he felt a sense of hope blossoming in his heart. He understood that even when challenges arose, they could face them together. As the celebration continued, Alex and Lyra shared quiet moments, talking about their dreams and aspirations. They spoke of their friendship and how it had grown stronger through the experiences they had shared. "Thank you for being here, Alex," Lyra said softly, her gaze steady. "You've brought so much joy to my life, and you've opened my eyes to a whole new world," Alex replied, feeling a warmth in his chest. "I can't wait to explore more of it with you." As the night drew to a close, Alex felt a sense of fulfillment. He had faced his fears, learned about Lyra's culture, and forged connections with her friends. Together, they had weathered the challenges of the day, and he knew their bond would only grow stronger. In the glow of the moonlight, surrounded by laughter and love, Alex realized that distance could never truly separate them. They were connected by their experiences, their friendship, and the hope that lay ahead. And as they looked into each other's eyes, he felt a promise of more adventures to come. The vibrant celebration of mating season continued in the great meadow, filled with laughter, music, and the beautiful sight of Zephyrians dancing under the stars. Alex felt a deep sense of happiness, knowing that he had forged connections with Lyra's friends, and embraced the spirit of her culture. As the festivities wore on, however, he couldn't shake a lingering thought. While he felt welcomed, he also felt the weight of the distance he had traveled to be there. Lyra was his best friend, but he sensed that there was something deeper growing between them, a bond that was more than friendship. He worried about how to express his feelings without ruining what they had. Later that evening, as the music slowed and the crowd began to gather around a bonfire, Lyra took Alex by the hand. "Come on, I want to show you something special," she said, pulling him away from the crowd. They walked a little way from the festivities, the sound of laughter fading behind them. Lyra led him to a secluded area where the trees parted to reveal a small, glowing pond. The water shimmered with colors, reflecting the stars above. It was a breathtaking sight, and Alex felt a sense of peace wash over him. "This place is magical," he breathed, looking at the pond. "Why did you bring me here?" Lyra smiled, her eyes sparkling. "This is where my people come to reflect and connect with each other during mating season. It's a place of deep emotions and understanding. I wanted to share it with you." As they sat by the edge of the pond, Alex could feel the tension in the air. This was a moment of intimacy, and he knew it was the perfect time to share what he had been feeling. But the words stuck in his throat. What if he misread the signals? What if he ruined their friendship? Lyra broke the silence, her voice soft. "Alex, I've loved having you here. You've brought so much joy and understanding to my life. I feel like we've grown closer since you arrived." His heart raced to her words. "I feel the same way, Lyra. Being here with you has been incredible, and I've learned so much about your culture. But I also feel like there's something more between us." Lyra turned to him, her expression thoughtful. "I felt it too," she admitted, her gaze steady. "But I didn't know how to say it. I was afraid of what it might mean for our friendship." "I've been worried about that too," Alex confessed, feeling a wave of relief wash over him. "I care about you, Lyra, more than just as a friend. I want to explore whatever this is between us." Lyra smiled softly, her eyes glowing with warmth. "I want that too, but I also want to make sure we don't lose what we already have. Our friendship means everything to me." "Me too," Alex said, his heart swelling. "We can take it slow. I just want us to be honest with each other about how we feel." As they sat by the pond, the atmosphere around them felt